I can tell you one thing. I remember that day that we went to the display homes for the first time. After we went through and we looked at it, and I, you know, for the first time I saw the prices and everything of how much this is gonna cost. We went to lunch afterwards at this awesome little bakery near the house, and I remember I just sat there and I didn't say a word. I just had my head in my hands going, oh my god, what are we getting ourselves into? And I guess the other thing we wanted to sort of talk about was how we got to this point. I mean, obviously everyone knows we're building a house, but you know, that journey had to start somewhere.
How did we start?
How did we start?
I think it was me that started.
Yep, that's pretty fair.
So I decided probably about 3 years ago that it was time that we should think about purchasing our own property. As you do, you start looking through the real estate guides and start looking at properties. So I had a bit of an idea of, you know, purchasing an already made house.
Yeah, I really had no idea. This is a general trend of mine to not do a lot of research into whether it's, you know, buying a house or going on a holiday or organizing a day trip. I'm usually the one that just sits back and lets everyone else do everything for me. You could argue I was a bit underprepared.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. We didn't really get very far with looking at purchasing a pre-existing home. Like, we never went to an auction, or we never went to an inspection. No, we never did get very far with that.
We opened our joint bank account together.
Yep.
The whole thing that started us wanting to build our own house was our friends, actually. So we started out the journey in their living room.
They sort of talked us through how they had started their own journey of building their own home, and it just sounded really cool, and it was cheaper than buying an existing home.
Definitely.
Which is a big plus to us youngins.
Around the corner, or a bit further up the road, there is a section of display houses. So they drove us to the road that has like 20 different display homes. It kind of sparked us into thinking, like, we could actually do this. We could build our own home and get exactly what we want.
We went on a bit of a holiday,
No,
so...
you missed it. We'd go back.
What did I miss? Scratch that. So yeah, we're at this street, and I think we got out, we just started walking up and down, and there was this house by Henley that we both saw, and it looked really pretty from the front, and I think we might have jumped the fence and had a peek through the window. Had a peek through the window, but you couldn't see too much because of the corridor and all that, but we really liked it. And
I said that that's going to be our house. I'm like, that's the one we're going to pick.
And
we hadn't looked through any display houses, nothing yet, but I said, I like that one.
And that's the one we ended up getting. We picked it back up the following weekend. So we went back out to the street. We actually walked through the house at that point. We really liked it.
Ultimately, we decided that
was the one.
That was the one. Next step was to find a block of land to fit it on.
So the way it kind of works, or the way it worked for us, is we found the house. Yes, we loved this house, and this was the house we wanted to build. But we needed somewhere to build it. We needed to go out and find a block to put the house on, and the block had to be a certain size to fit the house.
Yeah.
So we couldn't just pick any block. We had to go find one that would fit. So. And
then we pretty much just waited until the land went on sale, and because we put our name down so far in advance, they pretty much said, "Yep, that block of land's yours, go for it."
And then we went back to Henley and said, "Hey, we bought a block of land." They're like, "Great."
Can we fit our house on it? They told us to come back in like 6 months time, so then we could sign contracts. So we knew which house we wanted, but it was too early until settlement to start actually doing our contract. So we just had to wait a little while, and then we went back, I think in April last year. I think it was March last year, and we signed our contract for our house.
I feel like you've missed so many things in there.
What else did we do?
Colour sessions.
That's after.
Really?
Yeah, we had to sign the contract first.
Oh. What they did is they said, well, if you want this house, that's fantastic. Here's a big booklet with all the different options for this house. So it started at the base like here, and then everything you added just, you know, because the display homes, they're not stock standard. They have a lot of inclusions that don't come stock. There's so many, so everything you could possibly think of.
You can add up fast.
And we had to sort of go through and tick which ones we wanted.
So once we had signed the contract, I think the most fun thing, especially for me, was choosing all of our colors. Very daunting to think about what kind of bricks and laminate and cupboards and tiles and carpet. Like, you have to choose absolutely every single color.
We picked like a set of, I don't know, maybe 6 bricks that we kind of liked, and we asked for like addresses to houses that had them. We were sort of driving around the area just looking at people's houses. So we went to their showroom. I think it was a Thursday night. We booked in a 3-hour session from like 6 till 9 or something to go in there and just pick everything.
That was fun for you.
It was a long night. Everything, the whole house had to be customized. Thankfully, they have an assistant that walks you through and helps you and makes sure you don't do anything crazy or
orange backsplash
or anything crazy.
No.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, we both agreed on everything.
Yeah.
Really cool.
That could have ended a lot worse than it did.
I think we both decided on sort of like a very neutral grey colour scheme. Do you like this one? Yep, I like this one. James would ask me the same thing. Do you like this one? Like, yep. Easy.
After we'd done all that, it kind of stopped for a while as we just waited for the land to get ready. And that didn't happen till July this year. So it took longer than we thought, so we had a little more room in the budget than we anticipated, so we added a couple extra things in at the last minute. But other than that, we were just waiting, month after month after month, just waiting.
We were supposed to title in September of 2016, and we didn't title until July of 2017, so we did have a lot of waiting to do. And
in that time, we were paying a monthly fee to keep the prices with the builder. Even though the builder and the land developer are 2 separate entities, the builder's prices were changing constantly because it had been such a long time. So we were paying a monthly fee to keep the prices at the time we signed. If the land got delayed by 1 more month, I think we would have had to renegotiate our entire contract with the builder, which would have just been awful. So thank goodness it didn't come to that.
I know.
I was definitely stressing really bad at the end there.
I knew it would have been fun. And here we are.
And here we are. It has been a long journey for us.
We started 2 years ago.
You know, we started to buy some furniture at the start, but realized that, you know, it's taking so long that, you know, 6 months later we'd see the same thing and it was now half price because...
Now we can start again. Alright, so that's been our journey so far. We have waited a long time for it, but it's really exciting to see all the choices that we made a year ago come to life. So we'll keep you updated and posted with everything that's coming up in some of our next videos. Bye.
Hey. Focus.
Focus. Focus.
There we go. Cause baby, now we got bad blood.
What do I say? Help me, help me, help me.
I don't know. You can say
Alright.
no.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Sorry. This bit. There we go. Oh no.
You're just ruining it.
There we go.
Alright.
What is it doing? Can you see?
Jamie.
It's looping. That's better.
You done?
Yep.
You done?
You got this.